I'm Candace Houston, founder and CEO of the Nspire U Network. The inspiration behind the Nspire U Network is to educate, empower, and encourage women to be their best selves. This is my daughter, the Bams, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about what to expect from our debut episode. Bams.
Hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here, broadcasting live from the Prestige Event Center. So glad that you can be a part of this first episode. What you will experience is entertainment, courtesy of Al Whedon. And my mom, she will interview two beautiful female entrepreneurs who are across the Gulf Coast doing their own thing, their own way. And you'll find out why and how. And of course, my favorite, brought to you by myself along with Eric Javon, fashion. That is absolutely my favorite. Speaking of fashion, I need y'all to check out Candace is living her best life, as you should too.
That's right, because I ain't going back and forth. But while you're talking about my shirt, let's talk about these combat boots and these socks.
Oh, well,
What's
you
up with
know,
that?
it's a little something to look forward to.
Okay.
So we thank each and every one of you for tuning in today and hope that you love this just as much as we do.
Hello and welcome to Queen's Quarters. I'm Candace Houston and I am your host. I'm really excited to have two phenomenal ladies in my presence today. They're both mothers and they are both business owners. I have Miss LaShondra Holmes Young. She is a fashion blogger at Young at Style and she's also the owner of the online boutique Inside Out. I also have Miss Tiffany Harris, who is the owner of Working with Tiffany, which is a virtual assistance business. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us today. We're really excited. And we just want to start off by talking a little bit about your businesses, what you do, and what inspired you to get into that type business. LaShondra, we'll start with you.
Okay, and thank you for having us on the show. So I can remember my fashion journey starting way back when, I was in grade school, and then of course graduating from high school and then graduated from college. My friends would tell me all the time, hey, you need to take pictures of yourself and put it on the internet. And I would tell myself, I am not putting myself on the internet. And so literally I just got my iPhone and I started taking pictures of myself in my cute little outfits and started posting them on the internet or social media, Instagram, and then Facebook. And then it just kind of, went off from there. And I got the opportunity to be on the cover of Red Book magazine. I was featured in Essence magazine, People's Style Watch magazine, about 2 or 3 times. Essence, and then it just kind of went from there. And now I'm a co-owner of my online clothing store.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And we can tell that you have that fashion sense. I think one of the guys in the back said you look like a cup of sherbet.
Yes.
That's right. All right, Miss Tiffany, tell us about you and your business and a little bit about what you do.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having us on.
Absolutely.
It's really truly an honor. I provide virtual assistance to small business owner. I would call myself an accidental entrepreneur. I fell into the business when my company decided to do a merger locally on a airport, and my position was one of the ones that got downturned. I decided that I was going to take my own destiny into my hands, and I started to outsource and freelance on my own. And one turn of events took another. I applied for a grant. I was provided by the Urban League of Broward County, and the rest is really history. The journey has been full of ups and downs, but I'm always looking forward to tomorrow.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And, it's really encouraging, to know that you went through something like that. And instead of taking that and, being angry or mad, you decided, hey, this is my move. This is time for me to go out and do what I want to do. And so that's wonderful. I appreciate that. When we're going to business, I know particularly for me, going from, the corporate world into self-employment, there's a lot of preparation time and a lot of risks that we take, a lot of financial factors. Tell us a little bit about how you were able to prepare for your launch and how those things affected your life.
Well, let me just say this. I still work full time. I still work in corporate America or what have you, and I work my business full time. And she and I were speaking backstage, and it's one thing you have to remember. You have to remember your priorities. And for myself, I'm not quite ready, where my husband isn't quite ready for me to stop, to start working full time, just yet. But we are getting things in order to do so, insurance and 401k or what have you. So So what I'm doing now is I'm putting things into priority. I work my 8 to 5, and then I go home and I work my other full-time job. And then on the weekends, I work my full-time job even more. And guess what? Even after my 8 to 5, when I get off work, I'm still working my full-time job. So everything for me is prioritizing. I'm not, and the number one question I get all the time is, well, how do you balance? I don't balance. To me, there is no such thing as balancing anything. What's a priority right now? And for me, of course, it's my husband, it's my son, and then it's my business. But our business, I say our because my husband is in it with me. We work it together, which then that's how we get paid. That's how we eat. That's how we clothe ourselves. So right now we are putting things into priority, and then once everything on the back end is okay, then we'll take that leap of faith where I can sit down and work, my online business full time.
And that's very important when you talk about prioritizing, because if we don't prioritize, things can kind of get out of whack.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get stressed out, and then it's chaotic, And so I agree with you. Prioritizing is the number one thing that we need to do as business owners.
Right.
Tiffany, tell us about what helps you stay in line with your business and your personal life.
If there was ever such a thing. For me, I manage my time. My calendar, I live by it. I love using my calendar on my phone. I can move around meetings if I have to. I'm not employed full time. I'm recently engaged. So I definitely, I miss the corporate world. I miss the stability that having that full-time employment brings. But at the same time, I know if I keep believing in my dream, if I keep pushing myself forward, then I'll be able to obtain my dreams. I do budget. I do have other sources of income. So what I do is I maintain my budget, and I also manage my time, and that seems to keep me in line for the most part.
Okay. So we've talked about prioritizing our business. We've talked about making sure that we have time for our families. But what about ourselves? Because that's really important, because we have to find that time for ourselves, because, we can't show up at our clients looking like we just got out of bed.
That's right.
We have to be dressed, we have to be ready, we have to have that energy. So what do you ladies do to find time for yourselves?
I think for me it's girls trips.
That's it.
Yes, my girls and I, every year we schedule for Essence Festival.
And you go on fun trips too.
Oh my God,
I'd like to join you. We see the
can join
pictures.
us.
I'd like to join you on one of those trips.
Please come. But I think for me, it's about girls trips, me getting away, me stepping away from all the chaos, because we're dealing with customer service, we're dealing with clients, we're just dealing with everything. So girl trips, and of course trips with my husband, and just being with my family, being with my son and my husband. We literally at the kitchen table playing board games. So it's important to step away.
Right. And so, being a business owner can be very hectic. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I have 3 phones. They're ringing. I got my text messages, my emails. I'm getting inbox. We have to check social media because of the type business that we're in. We have to see what's going on. And then you have your meetings and your phone calls, and you have to remember to eat. And sometimes I forget to pee. I mean, seriously.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like,
time of the day.
So, but the thing that helps with that is if you have a strong support staff.
God, yeah.
And I think that people need to understand that when you're going to, if you're going to own your own business, you need to make sure you are surrounded by people who support your belief and who understand your grind, because it's a daily grind, and there are some days I get home and it's like I'm so tired, and I shower and I get in the bed and I can't even go to sleep because I'm so wound up from the day, and then I'm thinking about what do I have to do tomorrow, So what kind of support staff do you have, and how important is that to you to have that?
Let me say this. My support staff, my number one support staff is my husband. And just to be a little transparent for a moment, the other day I had a very hectic day at work. It was hectic at work, and it was hectic on, for the online business. And like as you just stated, it was time for me to get in the bed. I went to bed, but my brain did not shut off.
Right.
And I literally jumped out of my sleep, and I had a panic attack. I didn't. Yeah, I literally thought I was dying, and I told my husband immediately. I said, I'm not having a panic attack. He was like, calm down. I need you to calm down. And then I calmed down and I realized, I was like, wait a minute. I didn't rest that entire day. I didn't rest. I was going. I had a very busy, unfortunate day at work, and then I got home from work, and then I was doing Inside Out, and about 8:45, 9 o'clock, my husband walked through the door, and I'm still up, and I had been up since 5 o'clock that morning. So my number one support staff is my husband, and of course he hugged me, he grabbed me, he consoled me, and as I laid on his shoulder, I remember I thought then, I was like, if I didn't have him here, I would probably lose my mind. So mental health is just as important, having your full-time job and your business. So I think support staff is so important. But my husband, and then the other support staff we have for shipping, and that look at all the garments to make sure they aren't defective. So support staff is very important to have.
It is, and I'm glad you mentioned that as far as your support staff, as far as your business, because that's very important. I have a very strong support staff.
Right.
I don't know what I look like on camera, but
Right.
they're watching. Move your hair back, pull your dress down, move over a little bit.
Right.
So it's
That's it.
really important to have that. So that when your product rolls out, that there is excellence behind
my
that
God.
quality.
Yes.
And so that is an important thing. So Tiffany, I have a question for you.
Okay.
When you think about women, women in history, women in your current life, it could be a family member, it could be a celebrity. What woman do you admire the most, and why?
I think this is probably going to sound cliche, but the number one person I really honor is my mother.
Understood.
My mom is the baby of 12, but at the same time, she leads the pack.
Yeah.
My father was a disabled veteran, so she provided for him as well as run her own full-time business. She has a cleaning business, and when it came a time for my cousins, they needed a place to stay. My mom, she rallied the troops, and she said that no one's going to go without.
Awesome.
So I've learned a lot of my morals, a lot of my values. I learned my perseverance from my mother.
Very good. Very good. That's sweet. So, as far as advice for young women who are thinking about going into business, who aspire, to be entrepreneurs, what advice would you give them, LaShondra?
I get that question all the time, and my number one statement to them is to start. Literally, just start. I don't care what you think you need. I don't care what you think, I don't care what you think, how much money you need, how much money you don't have. Just start, and you will be amazed, where you would be 6 months from now, or even a year from now. So my advice is to start. Don't look on the side of you. Don't look in front of you. Don't look behind you. Well, I want you to look in front of you, but I don't want you just to, I don't want you to get too distracted where you get off course.
With what you see in front
Right.
of you.
Stay in your lane. I didn't understand what staying in your lane meant until I got into my own business. As she and I were speaking backstage, when I first started the blogging business or online, I was thinking everybody else, okay, I'm supposed to do it like this or do it like that. But once I started doing me, as cliche as that may sound, doing me, and started having my personality shine. But when I started staying in my lane and being me, everything just took off.
Okay.
So just start.
There you go. Tiffany?
The advice that I would give a young lady who's starting out on her own, starting her own business, honestly, I would say I would say that I'm an ambitious person. I'm always thinking about the mission. I'm always thinking about the goal. I would say take a step back and don't be so goal driven. Think about the relationships and the friendships you make along the way.
Beautiful.
Because that's what's going to see you through.
Yes.
Not the mission, not the goal. Yes, it's good to have your eye on the prize, but you're not going to get there by yourself. So have fun and, and enjoy yourself, because it's a journey.
It is. It's definitely a journey. So lastly, if you ladies, I'd like for you to share your contact information, your social media platforms, so that, viewers can get in touch with you and they're able to see what you have to offer. LaShondra?
All right. So my blog is youngatstyle.com. My Instagram is youngatstyle, and my online clothing store is SHOPPE, InsideOut.com, and my Instagram is Shop Inside Out.
Tiffany?
Again, Tiffany Harris. The name of my business is Working with Tiffany. You can find me on Facebook by searching Work with Tiffany. Tiffany spelled the original way, Tiffany. My website is www.work, W-O-R-K, with W-I-T-H, tiff.us. And I'm also on Instagram, and it's WRK, Work Wit, W-I-T, Tiffany, Tiffany. And thank you guys so much for following me in advance.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you ladies so much. It's been a pleasure, and we wish you continued success in all of your endeavors. Next up, we're going to check in with Al Whedon, and he's going to tell us about the great entertainment that goes on in our city. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Sherry Bumpers. I'm a mother and a marketing professional. What inspires me to be great is having a natural joy for the success of others. Seeing others accomplish their goals and achieve happiness inspires me to keep pushing forward.
I'm Al Whedon with the Nspire U Network, and we're at Lit Cigar Lounge with one of the movers and shakers in town, Tim Hill Jr. Tim, what's up, brother?
What's up, my brother?
Good to see you, man.
Hey,
Good
man,
to see you.
it's always a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure to see you, bro.
Always. Thanks for joining me tonight at Lit Cigar Lounge. We're kind of,
Yeah, man,
relaxing
it's
a
a new
little
thing.
bit.
Relaxing with the cigar, I like it. I like the vibe, man. It's a beautiful place, man. I love the establishment.
Absolutely. You know what?
Yeah.
I know you're a busy guy. When do you rest, man?
Man,
When do you ever rest?
I'm like young Jesus, man. I sleep when I die.
Okay,
But nah,
okay.
man. At rest, I mean, life, man, when you built to do certain things, like some things that I do, it may seem impossible to some, but I'm built for it. So rest comes natural.
Okay.
When I shut down at night, I shut down, and my body restarts in the morning ready to do this. So when you doing stuff that you really love to do,
Right.
I mean, you get your rest when you get your rest.
Let's talk about that love. You're an entertainer,
Yeah.
you're a promoter, you're a businessman. What are some of your favorite things you like to do of all of those?
My most favorite thing I like to do is really just do the impossible. What people thought that couldn't happen in Mobile.
Okay.
Like, if I have a dream or a vision, then I'm gonna work tirelessly to make it happen. I feel like if God put it in my heart, He already gave me the plan. I just gotta work it.
Okay.
So, it's all about just being me and enjoying life, man.
You're involved with a lot of groups in the area,
Yeah.
namely Port City Second Liners. Talk to me about the genesis, the creation, the evolution of the Port City Second Liners. What did that come out of?
The Port City Second Liner started out as a vision, man. It started out as an opportunity to do something different and to capitalize on something that we all grew up in the city of Mobile, and that's Mardi Gras.
Gotcha.
A lot of times there are a lot of organizations that are available in our city. You have several different Mardi Gras associations and things like that. And, growing up, being a part of the original Bay City Brass Band as a 10th grader in high school, I got to go to a lot of the balls and things in the city. And so as an innovative person that I am, I said I want to introduce something to the city that's a little different. Take a little piece from everything that I saw and just do something a little different. And so hence the birth of the Port City Second Liners. I went to school in Louisiana at Southern University in Baton Rouge, so I was around a lot of stuff. We in and out of New Orleans and stuff like that, family in New Orleans and a lot of friends in New Orleans, and I knew Mobile was the birthplace and the home of Mardi Gras.
Right.
So I wanted to bring something home that would enhance what we had. And the Port City Second Liners was just a birth. It was birthed from all the other Mardi Gras associations that really been doing their thing for years.
So I hear the Port City Second Liners weekend is something like nothing else. Tim, talk about that. This is your 11th year, man.
Yeah, man. Every year, Martin Luther King weekend, we do it real big in the city. We really, the goal is to really put Mobile on the map and establish our dominance as being the birthplace of Mardi Gras.
Now it starts off with a masquerade ball that Friday night,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The Port City Second Lounge Ball is every Martin Luther King weekend. We do. It's about 3,500 to 4,000 people. It's just amazing event for everybody in the city to come through and just have a great time. We really kick off Carnival season in a big way.
Now, Tim, I had the pleasure of being there. Man, it was awesome. But that's just the start of the weekend. What else goes on?
Man, you know, we do a Second Line Festival on that Saturday, man.
Right.
All the local brass bands and hot bands in the city, we get them together in a free festival for the whole community because we want to showcase what Mobile really has to offer, man.
Right.
And I think it does a phenomenal job for the bands and everybody to come out. It's a whole family event.
Wow.
Yeah,
and
and then
Sunday night, you guys wrap it up with the
Oh
honors
man,
awards,
let me
right?
tell you about Sunday. Sunday is my favorite. The Community Service Award Show. It's called the PCS Honors Award Show. And what we do is we pay homage to people in the community that are really doing things. We do a nomination process and we have voting. This year about 10,000 people voted.
Wow.
And we put together a showcase that people just have to come out and see, man. I know you came out and was on the green carpet, man.
We were, and I appreciate that because we're going to take it now to some of that green carpet footage. You're in your 11th year now. You guys do a masquerade ball. Yeah. You have a Second Line Festival in downtown Mobile, and you have an honors award. You have an award show, Tim.
Hey, man.
Talk about that.
I'm like DJ Khaled. They didn't want to give me an award show, so I made me an award show. Nah, man.
That's huge.
Man, my goal and my vision is to really introduce stuff in our city that people can say that can't be from Mobile.
Okay.
And so my goal was to make a weekend that people would take off work and come to our city to see. See, I purposely set the Port City Second Liners weekend on Martin Luther King weekend.
Right.
Because it was all a part of a dream. And everything started from a dream. And I wanted that to be significant. And also I knew people would travel because it's a long weekend. And I wanted to make them travel to Mobile to be a part of something that in their hometown they can be really proud of. Wow. The level of entertainment we do every year, I bring forth people in Mobile. I scout all year to find the best talent, the people who are really doing something, and I give them that platform on a large scale.
Wow.
So, I'm a musician, and I know how hard it is to land the big gig. Right. And to get in front of 3,500 people, 5,000 people. I know how hard it is to get that gig, so I give that opportunity. You know, they didn't give us an opportunity, so I created one for us and make sure that every year I put our people on that stage.
Tell me this. You talked about your influence going to Southern. As a graduate of Southern University, you have family over in New Orleans. Who are some of the influences in your life to kind of get Tim Hill Jr. where he is right now?
Man, some of my biggest influencers are my family members. My grandfather was a huge influence. My grandmother's an influence. I'm like a melting pot of a whole bunch of people in my family. It's crazy. My both grandfathers preachers, pastors, uncles, pastors, preachers, dad preachers.
Right.
My grandmother's been first lady, my mom's first lady, both grandmothers. And so I had a lot of different spiritual influences as well as a lot of entrepreneurial influences. My uncle was one of the first black attorneys in the city of Mobile that really did. Him and Michael Figures were very close.
I understand.
So I had that aspect. My other attorney, my other uncle, my mom's other brother is an optometrist for the VA. He's also a law graduate. He graduated Alabama School of Law, and now he works for the VA as an optometrist. Legally blind, but he's an optometrist.
Wow.
And so it's crazy. I had those kind of influences. My father was an entrepreneur my whole life, so I would get out of school and he would pick me up from elementary school and we get on back of the truck and we go power wash houses and stuff like that. So my drive and my enthusiasm comes from my family. Today, every morning when I wake up, the first thing I do is I listen to people that I take mentorship from. One of the main people I really listen to is Les Brown. Man, I get inspired by Les Brown almost every day. Between Les Brown, Eric Thomas, I really inspired by Will Smith. I just like his delivery, what he's saying. Denzel Washington, people like that. Those guys really influence me. I listen to, like, I grew up Baptist, Southern Baptist, but I listen to a lot of the teachings of Elijah Muhammad because it makes a lot of sense. You see what I'm saying? So I take a little bit from everybody and use those influences, man, and it's created Tim Hale, created this little monster right here.
Let's talk about a little bit about Tim Hill Jr. 5 years from now, where do you see Tim Hill Jr. at?
Man, 5 years from now, I see myself just really being an idea for a lot of people, being an influence for a lot of people, being a motivator for a lot of people. Man,
Okay.
I want people to look at me and say, man, if he can do it, I know I can do it. I'm just a guy, 5'8", big guy. I mean, I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
But I can, with teamwork and the will and desire to do things, I think that anything that you put your heart and mind to is possible. You can reach it. And so, you know, in 5 years from now, I just want to be the person that people looks at and say, man, if that guy can do it, then I know I can. So,
Last question.
yeah.
If you could have dinner with one person, past or present, who would that person be and why?
Man, look, I've been toying with that and trying to think of somebody. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I really, truly think that the person that I would be able to, if I had to pick one, ooh, that's hard. I would say right now, I would want to sit down with Barack Obama.
Okay.
And why? Because for my generation, he did the impossible. He broke that barrier to see my grandmother at age 80-something get up and make sure she go vote because she wanted to make sure that we get this opportunity. And for this young man to have so much influence on so many of our lives and just showing you that there is possibility.
Right.
And see, he created the dream again for a whole nother generation. He was just as
Correct.
influential to me as Martin Luther King was influential to my parents.
Okay.
So he is like my Martin and things of that nature. Just because he had a dream, he followed through it, and he was able to accomplish it. And so, you know, if I had the opportunity to sit down with Barack, I would sit down and I would pick his brain because he's a very smart individual. I would try to pick his
That's
brain,
true.
man. And
That's
so
true.
I asked a lot of loaded questions too.
Well, man, I appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to stop by and pick your brain today.
Hey, man.
Here at Lit Cigar Lounge.
Lit Cigar Lounge is a very nice thing, and I'm just inspired to be here, man.
I appreciate that.
Thank y'all.
There it is, going behind the curtain with Tim Hill Jr.
You feel so comfortable when you're down here.
Everything from the services was very professional,
They understand what grieving is.
and it was so much easier having things done ahead of time.
They help you in every way that they can.
These things go on through your life, and you always have your memories, and it's nice that someone else can care about someone else's feelings like that.
Hi, my name is Ayla Goodson. I'm an author, motivational speaker, business owner, and fitness trainer. What inspires me to be great is encouraging others to be the best version of themselves.
Hi, I'm Al Wheaton with the Nspire U Network. Mardi Gras is in the air, Laissez le bon temps rouler. And we are here with the 2019 Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association's King and Queen. I have the pleasure of speaking with King Alexis I, Terrell LaShawn Patrick, and Her Gracious Majesty, Queen Catherine J. White. How are you two doing today?
We're doing great.
And I must say congratulations on being named King and Queen of the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association. How does that feel to be King and Queen?
Sensational.
Awesome. It's an honor.
It's
Well,
a huge honor.
I'm going to ask the question that everyone wants to know. Explain how the selection process works. How do you get to be king? How do you get to be queen?
Well, how it goes is it's more of an interview process for
Okay.
them to get to know their candidates a little bit better. So we had the pleasure of the executive committee coming to our homes, interviewing us and getting to know us, and not only just us, but our families a little bit more. So when they came to my home, we had a spread of food.
Okay.
They asked all kind of questions and what they expected of us for our reign. And then we also got to explain to them what our ideas were going to be throughout the 2019 carnival season.
Okay, now Queen Catherine, in this day and age of social media and everything leaks out and WikiLeaks and this, how were you able to keep it a secret that no one knew you were the queen except for those close to you?
It was really hard, but you know, you share it between your king and yourself, and when the time comes, when the magazine release is here,
Then everyone
then
knows.
everyone knows, and then it's you just can't post your crown, but everything else you can post, and
Yeah, so
yeah.
it was a struggle, I
It
would
was.
say, because being from Mobile, both of us, and Mobile, you know,
It's
I would
very
say
small.
our community is a little smaller, and a lot of people in the community, they look forward to the carnival season. After Christmas, it's like, hey, where's Mardi Gras?
Right.
So, you know, they're trying to see who's the king and queen. I mean, you
Who all
have
is in the
people
court.
who's all in the court. So it's a high honor. And so keeping it a secret, it was a little tough, but I think we got through it.
We did. We had a couple court members. Are you the king? Are you the queen?
Yeah,
so we were like,
because
no.
We
no.
were able to serve with MAMGA in 2016.
So I would probably say the second most important question is, next to how are you selected, is talking about your train. So King Terrell, could you describe your train for this year?
Yes, sir. So my train was inspired by my mother, Connecticut Patrick Jenkins, and my grandmother, Linda Patrick. So my train this year is going to show my love for family and also my love for nature. So with my train, you'll see a lot of crystals. It's embellished with Swarovski crystals for glam. And also the focal point of my train is my family crest, me honoring my grandmother who started our name as Patrick. So you'll see on the train, it has two animals on the left and the right of that crest. It is a lion and also a eagle. Both of those are considered to be kings of nature. You have the king of the skies, the eagle, and then the king of the forest or the jungle, the lion. And then on that crest, it's divided into 4 different sections that display our family values. First, our love for Christ. Second, us being grounded in the Word of God. Also, it has a sword, which is displaying honor and also power. And last is our family tree, showing our true values and where our ancestors started to build our family. And my train was designed and executed by Miss Patricia Hazel Richardson.
So Queen Catherine, let's talk about your train. What was your inspiration in your design?
My parents. So a couple of years back, I lost my dad in 2005, and then I lost my mom in 2015, and that kind of just inspired me to put that towards my reign for this year. So my reign is the reign of 3 stones, since I'm the only child. So all throughout my attire, you'll see a series of 3 stones, whether it be on accessories or my train or my attire all together. I have my initials are KJW, and the story behind that is that I was supposed to be named Catherine Elizabeth, but I was a preemie, so Elizabeth was going to make my name longer than my body was, so they shortened it for Johnny and Juanita, so Catherine J. White. And so that's the main story behind my reign and my train.
And who designed your train for you, Queen Catherine?
My train was beautifully executed by Homer McClure.
With that being said, both of you were on the court in 2016. So you've been through this before. So you're not new to being royals. What do you take from the 2016 experience and apply now? What are you going to do differently? What do you take from that experience and say, now I'm going to change this a little bit, or I'm going to sleep a little more earlier, or I'm going to party
I don't think
a
that's
little
going to
later?
happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
but I think
'cause
we
the
both
itinerary.
agreed on including our court a little more. I think we wanted to make sure that our royal court felt just as royal as kings and queens like we do.
Yeah, so we want everyone to feel equal. So we never know if someone from our court may be king and queen, because we are serving on the 2016 court. We knew that it was a dream of ours that we kept to ourselves, but now, we want to encourage even, our peers to become the next King Alexis or Her Gracious Majesty.
And let's talk about that. What was your desire to be king or to be queen? Because you served in the court. I served in the court myself some years ago. I didn't have a desire to be the king. Some people say, why do you want to be the king? I didn't choose to. I was fine. But some people have that desire. What was it in you that said, I want to aspire to be the king or queen?
I would say the history of MAMGA and, me always as a child looking up to some of the men in the red coats, and knowing that, hey, one day, I may could wear a red coat or be king. So I would say it was men that were influential in my life you know, with me growing up, for me to inspire to be the king. And also our king in 2016, I would say he was a wonderful king. So, you know, just the bonding and, you know, the experience and the unity that we had on our court, it really gave me, you know, that A+ to say, hey, I'm gonna do it.
Now, both of you in your professional lives, you've worked with youth, and you just talked about being influenced by some of the MAMGA members with the red coat. How do you feel that being king and queen can affect those youngsters behind you? And some of them may know you personally. If you told them, how did they feel when they found out, oh my goodness, Catherine is the queen? How does that make you feel working with the youth, knowing your impact you're gonna have on them in the future?
I think it's awesome. I mean, I feel like anything you put your mind to, you can do. I mean, you just stay on the right path, keep your head focused, and the rest will fall into place.
Yes, and in my career, I work with kids. So I work as a youth advocate throughout the Mobile County District Attorney's Office, partner with the public school system here. So I would say it was yesterday I went to my alma mater, Mary G. Montgomery, and some of the court members from our juvenile court, they go to that school. So when I walked in, they were like, that's Mr. Patrick, he's the king. So they were excited because then it gives young kids, you know, it could be in our community to look up to or have great role models, you know, to exemplify what excellence could look like or what excellence is.
Awesome. Well, you two will serve very great, I believe, this year for 2019. Before we go, what is some advice you would give to a young man or a young girl who aspire to be king and queen? What advice would you give them moving forward?
I guess I'll go first. What I would do is to let them know that, you know, no dream is impossible. Whatever you set your mind or your heart to do, you can achieve that. I have a young brother, he just turned 18, and I would like him to follow in my footsteps as 2000 or whatever, what year he may come up to be King Alexis, to follow in my footsteps. So just letting them know that whatever they want to accomplish, they can. You know, not just Mardi Gras, just in life in general.
Life. And for you, Queen Catherine?
I would have to feed off him. It's just keep your head up. Just keep pushing on. I'm the only child, so it's just me. So I'm the only one who's the first royal in my family.
Wow.
So just anything's possible. If you just keep your head focused, keep pushing on, things will fall into the right place.
Well, I thank both of you for taking out time, because I know you're so busy. And during Mardi Gras, you're going to be pushed and pulled every which way. So enjoy yourself. And I don't have to tell you that because you did it in 2016. Yes. So now you'll probably really
second
enjoy
rodeo.
It.
Right.
It's your second rodeo. But thanks so much for joining us. King Alexis I, Terrell LaShawn Patrick, and Her Gracious Majesty, Queen Catherine J. White.
My name is Karen Page. I'm a mother, I'm an entrepreneur, and what inspires me to be great is my daughter. I want her to be proud of her mom. I want to make life better for my daughter, leave a legacy for her.
Hey everyone, welcome to Mobile, the 251.
We are in Mobile, Alabama, and as you can see, it is Mardi Gras time in the MOB. What's the saying, Eric?
Laissez-les. What she said?
Bon temps roulé. Let the good times roll.
Let the good times
I am
roll.
the Bams.
And I'm Eric Javon.
And it's such a pleasure to be here. Now, most people come to the Boom Boom because they want to catch the moon pies or the beads, or sometimes they get them some ramen noodles, whatever they throw off the float.
Moon pies are my favorite though.
But the Bams and Eric Javon, we're here for a totally different reason. We are considered the fashion police because apparently there's a few of us that don't know what we should or should not wear to the Boom Boom.
And from looking around, we have a lot to choose from tonight.
So this should be fun. So sit back, relax, as we find someone to actually, what are we going to do, transform?
Revamp?
We're going to make someone beautiful for Mardi Gras. Y'all ready?
Them out.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Hello, and as you can see, we are are all the way ready to be the fashion police at the Boom Boom.
On the hunt. I'm on the hunt.
Now, of course, we have do's and don'ts, but we want to first give you an example of an absolute do. Like Eric, for instance. You see he's wearing the black distressed jeans, his Nikes, a comfortable sweatshirt, and the Mardi Gras. Got a little knee out for you. you know. So, fellas, that's a good look for the Boom Boom.
And bam. I seen your queen fit, distressed jeans.
A little for a queen. Shout out to Queen Fit. You can buy it at queenfit.com.
No Mardi Gras look is complete without the umbrella.
You
have to have the umbrella.
Do what you wanna.
Whenever you wanna.
Do what you wanna.
However you wanna.
So we're about to find some people that can't do what they wanna because it doesn't look good. You ready?
Ooh, I'm so ready for this.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Oh, I do believe I have found an absolute winner. Oh, hi, excuse me. Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
I am the Bams. What's your name?
Ty.
Ty. And you are?
I'm Kenna.
Hi, Kenna.
I'm Michaela.
Michaela. Ty, Kenna, and Michaela. Very nice to meet you, ladies. So I'm assuming you're here for the parade, huh? Okay, and are you mom?
Yes.
Well, Mom, I see that you're here at the Boom Boom with these beautiful little ladies, but looks like you just decided to get right on out of the bed and come on down.
It's comfort.
Comfort. So comfort is what you were going
I
for?
might have to, get under the gate.
You look real comfortable, though.
Just gotta be.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Well, I hope you don't mind because one of the things that I do is I'm considered a fashionista.
Okay.
So I am here today to help you because I feel as though you need some. So if you'll just follow me this way, we're going to take really good care of you. Will you ladies be okay till we come back? We're going to be right back. We're going to go make Mom fabulous and we're going to be right back, okay? Okay. So as we are discovering your outfit, what when you say comfort, are you looking for loose for your figure or are you looking what is it that you're going for?
Just loose. Like, I don't want to be restricted in my movement.
Gotcha. So, got it. Okay. Well, I do believe that loose is good, but all over loose is not good.
I mean,
I do believe that under there, you probably have a very decent, flattering shape. So because of that, I can see you in a fitted pair of jeans, sort of like mine, and maybe a looser type shirt. But, sweetheart, you ain't got to look like you've been cutting grass all day.
I would work out in this.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. I don't do this for everybody, but I'm going to do a little bit of my magic to see if we can change this around a little bit and see if you think that this may be a better look for you. How do you feel about that?
I'm open to it.
All right, so you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Miss Ty, yes, ma'am. Love it. Do a spin around for me. Yes, perfect. And you still have the loose look. Yep. Your jeans are still loose but fitted, but it is perfect for your physique. I love it. How do you feel?
I feel good.
And I do love that you have on flat boots because a lot of people seem to think that you can wear heels to the Boom Boom.
Absolutely not.
You can, but I don't think you'll be happy by the time it's time to go home. So, the Bams has made you over.
You did.
So, are you gonna hold on to this, or am I gonna see you in your sleeping clothes again?
Only if I'm having a sleepover, but
Deal. Well, thank you so much for being a part and allowing me to transform you. And you have fun at the Boom Boom, girl.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Dion, who thought he was going to parade season, but clearly he's dressed for church season instead. So listen, young man, break this down for me, dissect. Let me know your thought process behind this look.
You know what? I thought I was doing pretty good today, because it is Mardi Gras. It's festive. It's the Order of Polka Dots parade, so you got to brighten it up a little bit. I got my pastels on. I got my sagwa and my snakeskin shoes. I think it's pretty festive for the time of year. Especially with the gold and everything, got to brighten up everything. It's fog outside.
Festive, yes. A mess, also a yes. Parade is all about comfort, casual. There's a lot of walking around, there's a lot of standing around. So snakes at the parade, no. Although it is the Order of Polka Dots, that does not really mean wear polka dots. So listen, how do you feel about us switching this up for you to give you that 251 parade feel?
I thought I was doing pretty good, but I guess I got to do it. I guess I got to do it.
He thought wrong.
What's wrong with my outfit? I'm gonna see what y'all gonna do. I'm gonna see what y'all gonna do.
Okay, listen, you don't have a choice in this, so we're gonna take you on off, redo this, and we're gonna come back with the polished look. How about that?
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
And we're off. All right, and we're back with Dion from the pews to the parade. So, Dion, we switched it up a little bit with you. How do you feel about this look?
I kinda like it.
What do you like about this?
I like the sweater. I really do like the sweater, and it gives it that nice little cool look over here with the shawl on the top. And I still get to keep my jewelry on as well, so got a little stun on it, so I like it a little bit.
Listen, because we all know parades are all about comfort. So if you're coming out to a parade, jeans, tennis shoes is a must. A lot of walking, a lot of standing around. Lightweight sweater, never know what the weather here. Cool, comfort, casual, always the way to go. Leave those snakes at home, never at the parade.
Woo! I heard that you had to be evangelist Eric Javon tonight.
Listen, all the way. Never
Fused to the parade.
Never would have made it to the parade in that outfit.
But Ty,
My God.
the one I came across, what a transformation.
Yeah, yes indeed.
Yeah,
and she had such a cute shape.
I don't
Been
know
hiding
what
it.
happened. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Either way, as you can see, it's not so much what you wear all the time, it's how you wear what you're wearing that matters more than anything.
As long as it's not snake shoes.
No snake shoes. That is not a part of the Mardi Gras attire. So how are you feeling?
Good. Arrests were made. Lives were changed.
I know, we're like making a difference, and that's what we do.
We saved the world.
Thank you so much for tuning in with the BAMs.
And Eric Javon.
We had to be the fashion police at the Boom Boom, but now it's about time for it to come around, so we're going to enjoy that.
Yeah,
Hope that you enjoy too.
Because I want a moon pie.
You want a moon pie? I
Yeah. Boom, boom. Shake the room.
Only in New Orleans. But Mobile is home of Mardi Gras.
The originator.
See y'all next time.
Until then. Well, guys, that was a wrap for episode 1.
Had a blast.
Had an absolute blast, and we hope that you also enjoyed it as much as we have.
And we hope you stay tuned because we have so much more that we want to inspire you with.
Got to thank our partners, Prestige Event Center Mobile, Port City Limousine Service, and Smalls Mortuary and Cremation Services.
Yes, and please, if nothing else, make sure you reach out to us. Let us know what you're thinking, how you feel, or if you have advice for us. Events@nspireu.org.
And make sure you like and follow us on the Facebook page, Nspire U.
On Instagram, Nspire U Network.
So, if each and every one of you thought this episode was phenomenal, wait until episode number 2.
Oh, yeah.
But until then, peace.
Hello.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. Who inspire you? Yes, we do. We want to inspire you. We came to inspire you. Inspire you. Inspire you. You can do it. You can make it. Yeah. Inspire you. We came to inspire you. Let's go higher. We are here to inspire you.